What is up, guys? It's Red Bull here again today with a review of Deadside. This is a new game just released on Steam roughly a week ago or so, and it's in an early alpha state. But I actually got talked into playing the game by my friends. Had no expectations coming into it, but I've become really impressed with the game since I've played it. I've got roughly 10 hours or so into it. So a fair amount of experience, but I just wanted to share with you guys my thoughts, things like that about the game. That way, if you're looking to purchase the game, kind of get an idea before you purchase it, things like that, you can get it here. So we'll kind of jump into it here. I'd like to reiterate that this is an alpha, and so it's more of a true alpha in a sense that there are a lot of things unpolished. There are a lot of things not implemented into the game yet. So it's really bare bones in comparison to something like Rust right now, but still it has tons of potential. So with that all being said, one of the biggest things about this game in comparison to Rust is I feel like it focuses on gunplay and player versus player interaction more so than Rust. Rust has a little bit more of a farming aspect, more emphasis on base building and things like that. Whereas with this game, you're given gear and weapons a lot quicker, and you're able to get out into the world and fight and do all of those things easier with less time involved getting to that state. Now, I said it's similar to Rust, but I'd also like to say that it's similar to PUBG in kind of more of its art style or just the graphical style of the game. The weapons are very similar as well. They shoot similar. The kick from the weapons is very similar to PUBG. So, you're not going to get a hit scan game in this in Deadside here, but it's still good. The sights in the game, there's only 1x sights right now, so it is kind of weird going for the long shots with snipers, but still, like I said, it's early access, it's alpha, so there's a lot more stuff to come along. One of the things too I'd like to mention, there is a PUBG helmet. The level 3 helmet from PUBG actually is in this game, and so that's pretty cool. Just a little little Easter egg of PUBG there. But moving on, another really cool aspect of the game that I found it blew my mind. It was so fun, and it caught me off guard with how fun it was because I had no expectations of this game, and it was the missions. Now there's 4 different types of missions: easy, medium, hard, and expert. I've only ever done hard and expert at the time of recording, and that being said, we actually had a much more difficult time with the hard mission just because we didn't know what we were kind of getting ourselves into. From what my friends say, medium level missions were a little bit it was more, I think they did it with 2 guys, and with the hard mission we were doing it with 4 people and still struggling, so it was a little bit of a difficulty jump between medium and hard. And expert, we had a little bit better idea of what we were getting ourselves into, but expert was definitely difficult as well. And just the things about missions, just kind of give a rundown on them. They're a location on the map that's marked for everybody, and you have a certain amount of time to get over there and complete it. And once you're there and in the area, you're basically looking to clear all the NPCs from the zone. The difficulty seems to just increase the amount of NPCs in the area. But keep in mind, these NPCs in Deadside are aimbotters. They are insane. They're really good at hitting their shots, so be careful. But moving on then from missions, it looks like there's also going to be events in the game. We haven't experienced them yet. I don't know if they're implemented, but it's going to be an airdrop and a helicopter crash. So that's going to also provide for maybe a little bit more of a PvP focus event. So that'll be fun nonetheless. But also just kind of going down from there. Building, I'll just kind of touch on building. Building right now as the game stands is very rudimentary. It's not the best UI. There's no base rating system implemented, so it's not a big deal in trying to get a super strategic base planned out. But there's a lot of promise. It just kind of reminds me of Rust, just to give you an idea of that kind of building. But yeah, not a whole lot to be said on building. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait for future iterations of the game to find out more about that. Um, and then I'd like to just kind of jump back to the NPCs. NPCs in this game are strong. They are so strong, but it's a healthy thing. You may not be playing against another player, but in some ways you're playing against a player of at least medium skill, if not upper medium. I mean, they are challenging. You can't just go in guns a blazing. You're gonna need teammates when you're taking on multiple NPCs and things like that. But it's good. I enjoyed it. The difficulty of the game in general has been more difficult than Rust or other survival games. It's somewhere between what you would consider normal and hardcore in maybe another survival game. It kind of sits in between there. It's not too difficult that it's just insane and you're just super overwhelmed, but at the same time you can get yourself into some bad situations and they will punish you for it. But yeah, and just another thing too that I do enjoy about the NPCs is that you do get the experience of player versus player and using your weapons to kill, other people or other mobs other than in a PvP situation. So it's really healthy. You get to experience the game a lot more than just in a PvP situation. And I really enjoyed that. They're doing great there. But yeah, guys, overall, I'm super excited about this game. It has a lot of potential, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. If you liked the video or found it helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'd also like to hear your thoughts on Deadside, so feel free to leave a comment below. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.